So here's the deal, I'm a Christian, and I get a lot of shit for being a Christian because people always assume that if you're a Christian, you're an asshole and you're a closed-minded bigot who pickets funerals. This is really annoying because it's not necessarily always that way. Now, Jesus was actually a pretty chill dude when you think about it. He hung out with fishermen and tax collectors. Wait, hold up, that's like being friends with the IRS. And that's pretty amazing, and those fishermen had to stink because back then there wasn't much in the way of personal hygiene, but Jesus didn't care because he loved people like all of us, which is a lot when you think about it. He also hung out with this really cool lady named Mary Magdalene, who over the years has been painted as a harlot and a prostitute, and that is largely a product of the early church, who couldn't deal with the notion of a strong, independent female character who don't need no man. And by the way, Jesus was not some white guy with blue eyes. He was Middle Eastern, in fact, and really, today, if he walked into an airport, he'd be detained at customs because they'd think he's a terrorist just because of the way he looked. That's racial profiling, and it still goes on years and years later, and it's stupid, but I'm getting off the topic, so I'll get back to what I was talking about. Now, Jesus, I think he'd be kind of disgusted by the number of people who over the years have been tortured and killed in his name. I mean, really, that's kind of the opposite of what he seemed to be trying to tell us. I think it went something more like this. Don't kill each other, don't be a dick, and certainly not in my name. That's not why I came here. I tried to tell you people to be nice and to be tolerant and open-minded and listen to each other's opinions openly, because everyone's different, and that's beautiful, and I love you all, and for that, I got nailed to a cross. And yes, I do read the Bible. I haven't read all of it by far, but I've read a lot, and I feel like it's summed up pretty well in 1 John chapter 5, which says the following, and I quote, more or less like this: God is love, and he who does not love does not know God. It's that simple, it's right there, and it's basically the same as what they said in Les Mis towards the end, which you all know by now because there was a movie with Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway. What's with all the superheroes? But anyway, that line went like this: to love another person is to see the face of God. So yeah, I've reached my conclusions about religion by reading the Bible and watching classic musical theater, and that's okay, because everybody's different and they find God in many different places and different ways. My dad finds him in nature, and my mom, though she's Buddhist, she finds him in gospel music. And my brother, I'm really not sure at this point, but I think it has something to do with dubstep and deadmau5 and music, and that's okay, because whatever you believe and whatever you feel about God, you can find it wherever you want, and that is fine. I feel the presence of the Holy Spirit when I'm sitting in the living room with my parents, and we've all got guitars and we're playing all these oldies like the Beatles and Simon and Garfunkel, and I just feel the presence of the Lord there, playing oldies with my parents, and that's fine. So from over here, from me and the God of my understanding, we'd like to say, that you're beautiful and you're awesome, and we love you because everybody's unique and everyone feels a different way about the whole God issue, and that's fine, and we love you anyway. Don't forget to be awesome and read a book once in a while and get outside and get some fresh air at least once a week. And you should be nice and tolerant and open-minded. And you shouldn't judge people just because they're Christian, because they might be a lot more like you. I mean, some of us like dubstep, and some of us like cats, and some of us are in fandom, and some of us write pornographic fanfics about Dean and Castiel. Yes, we do that, and it's okay, and it doesn't interfere with how we feel about God. So whatever you believe or don't believe, it's okay. It's fine, and I accept it, and it's cool, as long as you're not being an asshole and picketing funerals.